I came to as if cracking through ice, gasping, a fish with a hook down its throat. Ice, fish, throat. Sounds dragging concepts, a lag, but also a cellular knowing. Lines of sticky sensors circled my head and ran down my chest and across my back, faintly itchy where they adhered like octopus suckers, trailing red and white and blue wires, as if my arteries and veins were external to my body. I wish I could say the first thought I had was of my children, but what came to mind was Wolfie's favourite cereal. Sometimes I ate it late at night when the kids were with Jean-Paul. I didn't always bother to do the shopping when the children were gone, and wouldn't do it until they were due to come home to save money. I was probably depressed then, ferociously spooning up the little wheat squares into my mouth by the light of the open fridge, feeling I had set a detonation off under my life and now had to live in its aftershocks as a kind of punishment. A voice, soft and high and urgent. Grace, though I didn't know it then. Esther? The name was mine. I knew that I was an I, a self, myself. The taste of wheat and jam and full cream milk were there on my tongue, as tangible as if I had a mouthful I needed to swallow. The voice said, "Try to stay calm. You're okay. I'm looking after you." Clatter of metal on metal. Movement. The soft snare of fabric, synthetic thighs brushing. A brisk walk. Warm hands working over skin, rubbing. My skin. I burned with cold as if being set alight. There was only one voice, hushed and urgent, muttering. A bathroom smell? Antiseptic, lemon, cool white tiles. Shh, shh, the voice went, tisking and clucking in time with the hands, making the same soothing noises I had made in the nursery in the dead of night, rocking newborn Claire while Jean-Paul slept on, wearing earplugs so he could wake in a decent state for work. We thought that was a reasonable arrangement, then. It had been my idea. Altruistic on the surface, belying the limits of my capacity underneath. By the time Wolfie was born 2 years later, Jean-Paul was sleeping in the guest room and I was going mad. This seems ironic now, given I was in that state to protect Jean-Paul's job, which as a psychiatrist revolved around caring for other crazy people. What if my experience fell within the normal experience of early motherhood, and what was pathological? I didn't know the answer and couldn't ask him, terrified of being deemed unequal to the task of mothering Claire and Wolfie by some invisible judge. Jean-Paul seemed to think everything was in order, and, as I had made him the arbiter of my reality, I accepted his diagnosis hook, line, and sinker.